Hello, Nevis here. I'm going to just quickly explain and show a couple of the things that I'm looking forward to sharing with my students in this brand new course that we're setting up. I've called it Digital Web 2.0 Students, but it's basically a course to teach them how to use some basic Office apps like Microsoft Office. We're going to look at Word, Excel, Outlook, PowerPoint, and maybe, if there's time, OneNote, but definitely OneDrive. I'll also show them quickly how to use Skype if we get that far, but that might be in course number 2, and we'll look at social media and interactive communication. Then we'll be looking at Google Apps for Education, and I'll go through some of these quickly. The classroom's already being used. Gmail has already been activated for every single student, and most of my students already have access to their Gmail, Google Drive, Classroom. They are still a little bit confused as how the Google Drive does connect with the Classroom, but hopefully this course will help to iron out some of those creases. They're not using Calendar yet, but I would like to get them to use Calendar, so I'm hoping to teach them that. Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, and maybe, if there's time, Google Sites. Otherwise, that will be, again, perhaps in part 2 of this course. So let's just quickly now, I'm going to show you first Word. So Word is not just a plain blank document. Word also has, we can take a tour, which we'll do in class, has templates, which you can begin writing a blog post, a single spaced blank, a chronological resume, which is something that we can work on with the older students, another type of resume, creative cover letter, polished resumes, accessible template sampler, student report, report design, an event flyer, an event menu, a newsletter, which is what I'm hoping to do with probably course 2 and the Google Sites. So we'll go through most of these, and there's also an opportunity to always look for online. So I'll just show you, let's see if that comes up, something easy, and there you go. So you can, and these are all templates, and there's a category list on the side here as well that just shows you how many templates are available on the Microsoft online access, and you can there's just so many. So let's just have a look now at what the new document, let's just go back, get a new document open, just a blank one. There's a navigation pane on the left. We'll be looking at how to use the navigation. So I'm going to turn that off right now. We're going to look at how to set up this section up here, how to choose different formats and titles and layouts for the page. We're going to look at also doing a mail merge, which is something that is always going to come in handy later on for not just sending mail out, but also creating documents like certificates, etc. So we'll show them how to do that, how to set up references, how to add comments, the layout, the design, how to choose a design up here, how to insert pictures online, or also, while we're here, we'll also be able to actually share the document once we work online. So we'll also be able to share this document with someone else. Let's go home. So we'll be looking at most of how Word works. I won't have time in this course probably to teach the students how to use all 10 fingers, but I will lead them or guide them towards online typing courses that they can follow. Let's have a look at the next one, which is Excel quickly. So I'm just going to drag Excel over here. And again, Excel, like all the other Microsoft apps, have the possibility to create so many different ones. We're just going to look at a classic new one. Again, here we'll look at how to set up and how to change the sizes of the columns, how to select the columns, how to give them a different sizing, how to adjust the format the cells, how to adjust the rows. Now, obviously, I've got an English version here. Most of the students will be using the Italian version, and that's going to make it easier for them. Then we'll look at how to insert pivot tables, pictures, how to make a graph out of the information, how to lay out the page, formulas, what they can do with the data, and review and view. Okay, so we'll look at all of that. Then the other one we're going to look at is PowerPoint. So just drag it over here. Again, PowerPoint has so many different layouts. So I'll just pick one and just say create. Let's move this over the side. I'll get the... Okay, there's something new happening in PowerPoint. That's interesting. So I'm just going to get that out of the way. Move over. And going down here, you'll see that when you choose a template, everything is already in the template. So you can actually match it to what you want to do with it. And that's fantastic. When you want to add a new slide, you can actually choose which type of slide, or you can reuse a slide or slides from the outline. There is a way of changing the master. We may not be able to have time to get into that. With the students, we'll go through how to set up transitions, animations, how to create a slideshow, how to also to set up the slideshow and be able to present the slideshow with using notes, which is important. So anyway, these are all things that we'll be looking at. That is as far as Microsoft Office goes. And there's Outlook, which is an email account, and OneDrive. So, but I'll just close all these right now and go directly, don't need to save, close. And hopefully I want to go into here where we are. Sorry, here we go. Here, go back to here, and we'll just go over and have a look at all the documents that are available, all the things that we can do in Google. So we're going to just start a new sheet, Google Docs, just start a new document. You can either do it from the little squares. I'm also going to go here through the outline, how to set up an outline, how to change the title formatting by changing, if you want to make it a different font, size, color, etc., which is quite nice to make documents pretty, how to give it a title, how to save it in a certain section of the drive. So we'll do that. We'll look at the drive and opening documents from the drive, where we'll be able to, for example, help them create the folders on the side and work out how to actually save things within the folders, save the other folders, create subfolders within the folders. While we're here in the drive, we're going to now create a new folder. So we'll just call it new for argument's sake, create. And there's the new folder. Open it up. There's nothing in it, obviously. We want to put some things in it. One of the things we want to do is maybe create a Google Sheet. So we're going to go from with a blank sheet. And that's going to be called, and as you can see, it's very similar to a Microsoft Excel sheet. New sheet, new spreadsheet. Okay, because anything I create, which is something that it has to be understood, anything that I do create actually gets saved automatically. So that's why I've called it new. And this one here, I'm going to call it new document. And I want this new document to go into here. As you can see, it's not there. So I need to know now how to do that. And I'm going to show my students how to do that. That's not really hard to do. It's very easy. We'll go through be using all the, I think, all the toolbars up here, looking also at how we can get a special add-on. And one of my favorite Google tools is voice typing. So I'm just going to click on it to speak and allow the microphone to work. So as I am speaking right now, the Google document is typing everything that I am saying, and that is really cool. And so I'm going to teach students how to do this as well. This is also the voice typing tool in Google is also really helpful for students to practice their English or their foreign languages, because you can actually change and choose the language you want Google to type in. Obviously, you're going to have to teach your Google voice typing how to understand you, and when you pause, so it can go to a full stop, new paragraph. Now we have a new paragraph, as you can see, and it's taking it every time that I say new paragraph, and it just goes to the beginning of the next phrase. Isn't that fantastic? So that's really cool. Anyway, enough of that. We'll go to more into this during the class. So stop that. And we'll look at also using Google Slides. So we're going to here create a new Google slide, blank presentation. And if we do have time, we can also look at creating a Google form. Now, let's call this new presentation. Now, there are themes here. We can change the themes, choose any one of these themes, and automatically it just adjusts. And then when I add, it automatically will add the layout for that. Now, this one here, because if you notice this is a funny color, that's because I actually changed the master and didn't save it as a separate master, and it's actually showing up here. But that's not a problem because I can fix that. But anyway, that just shows you how you can play around with the master. And another thing that we can do is upload a theme from the internet. And we'll go through all these toolbars again, and that's basically what this course is going to be all about, teaching students how to create all these documents, how to then be able to present the documents, close the themes, how to be able to present with a presenter view, which is really important, so that they can use this tool while on another screen and actually move the slides up or down. We only have one slide here, so there's we're not going to be able to do that. What I need to do now is just say close the presentation. So there are lots of tricks and well, they're not really tricks. I think there's just lots of tools that need to be used and can help students to make their life so much easier when they are doing their homework. And the good thing is it's paperless, and you can share it with your teachers, and you can do so much with sharing, because we can go into giving them access or not giving them. We can give them just viewing access, only access with comments, or can edit access, total access. So there's so much that can be done. The world is our oyster. So that's enough from me. I think I've gone on plenty explaining what we want to do with this course. I think that that's all I really need to cover within this. I hope that everyone is happy with what we're going to be doing in this course. And if there are any other new ideas or other things that we should be covering, please feel free to contact me. I'm more than happy to include whatever else we need to include to make this course also much more enjoyable and motivating and engaging for our students at high school. This is Neva signing off till next time. Thank you for listening.